Good morning, my lovelies. It is currently about 6:30 in the morning, and I'm only awake that early because I could not sleep. So we're doing this now. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jamie, and this is my channel of Leafy Reads and Finest Tea. This week is going to be a little bit different. I feel like I never really got a good introductory video for you guys to let you know who I was, some of the things I like to do, how I got into reading to begin with, some of the crazy animals that I'm in charge of. So that is what I'm here for you guys today. I would like to go over a couple of things with you guys, let them know what's been going on as far as why lately I've been pushing to Tuesday versus Monday, and to give you a little insight into life story. So as some of you who have started watching me from the beginning, I have been doing Leafy Reads and Finest Teas, which was, I start off my videos with a little fact about a tea of the week, give you a little bit of facts about them, some medications it interferes with, what's good for you, and I like doing it. I really did. It just, I didn't have the time to be doing it. As far as whether you guys liked it or not, that is still to be determined, so I'm not even going to get into that yet. I was also doing book reviews that I was reading every week and letting you guys know what my thoughts on them. Lately, it has been getting a little... I have been getting into the older classics more than anything else. That's just because of how the Inumano pick system has been working out, and that's what I usually use to pick my books. It's just a fun way of doing it. A lot of people do a reading TBR jar, or they have a TBR game, or they just have such a long list of things that they've been wanting to get to for a while. I liked having a little bit of a different way of approaching it, but at the same time, I have been getting actually more behind on my TBR because I haven't been reading the books in between all the new ones. So that's going to be rewritten completely at this point. So now that I've given you guys a little bit about what my channel is about, I'm going to let you guys know a little bit more about me and why I decided to make this channel, because it is actually very important to me. It's been actually very therapeutic for me. So we're going to get into that. So like I said, my name is Jamie. I do live in Florida. I absolutely hate it here. For those of you who like Florida, you like Florida because you're only here for a certain amount of time, but if you try living here full time, it is actually very difficult and hot. I'm tired of not having a winter because your winter consists of fall weather for 3 months, and then it slowly transfers back into 90s, 100-degree weather. It's very tedious, and me and my fiance both have been getting very tired of it. We would like a winter again, so we won't be here forever. We're working on that. If there's other booktubers out there, I know some of them live in Florida. A lot of them live in my original home state, North Carolina. I love North Carolina a whole lot better than here. I'll put it that way. So moving on from that, I do work full-time at a job that I do love. I do love my job. I do have two teenage animals that I get to take care of, and it does help when I'm here full time because they're learning what to do, what not to do. Charlie, he is a full-blooded King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. I actually got him from my boss. She breeds them. She did breed them, and Charlie was one that she didn't have a home for yet, and she knew that we had actually liked his picture, and she wanted to double check with us and make sure that, you know, we didn't want him. So that's how we got him. And then I have my little Luna. We got a few months ago from one of Nick's coworkers, and she's helped me in so many different ways. She is my girl. She's my baby girl. I consider her a little bit of a rescue because she was in such bad shape when I got her. She was severely overweight. She was stuck in a kennel all day, so she couldn't really get any exercise. She had access to food all day, which means she was like a little balloon when I got her. It was so sad. And on top of that, she had fleas. She just felt horrible. And I looked at her and I knew she felt horrible. So she's definitely not like that anymore. She pops up on my my video during this time. She is playing in the room at the moment, so we'll see if she decides to make an appearance. Charlie's still asleep. If you guys looked at some of my previous videos, he did pop up in a few of them, so you guys can go glimpse at him there. So those are the ones that I do take care of. The other real big person in my life is my fiance. He's been such a big part of my life, and I am so excited that I get to marry him on Saturday. So we get to do that. It's awesome because we've been financially hurt. We have received so much help from so many different people. It's been insane and amazing at the same time. We have people coming from everywhere. Most of my family live in Tennessee and North Carolina. Nick's family mostly lives in Alabama, and then my father's side, they mostly live here. So they've been able to help us out the most is because they've been physically here to see us, talk to us, let us know how everything is. And I've just received so much help with this, and we've done so well on expenses. It's insane. I think we've spent under $5,000 so far. And I have debated making a video about all the DIYs that I made for the video. I know that is also very, very popular with a lot of girls. They want to do their own DIYs for their wedding. It is a lot of work, I am not gonna lie, but the more time you give yourself, the less stress there's going to be. If you're trying to do a wedding in 3 to 4 months, you are going to be so stressed. And I'm going to tell you right now, I had 9 months, and I almost had little to no stress because I spaced out everything. I did things in chunks. We just finished up yesterday. That's exactly what we were doing yesterday, was we were finishing up all the little details we needed. Table numbers, some of the last flower things I need to do. We finished up our vows, everything like that, all the little stuff we did yesterday. And tell you what, I don't have much to worry about anymore because it's mostly all done. And it's very nice having a couple of days before the wedding to just chill out. It's been very, very, very stressful this last few months, trying to make sure we are financially getting everything done. But it's been such a joy doing this. And that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to make this YouTube video, is because books are my go-to when I am super stressed. They are my outlet. They help me reduce my stress, and it's been nice. So moving forward with that, I have loved reading ever since I was a kid. So my father was military. We moved to North Carolina officially. We did not move again when I was about 9 to 10. And that was when I first set foot in my local library at the time. When I tell you, that is one of the best libraries I have ever been to. And not just because of the amount of books that they have. Sometimes that doesn't matter. Because any library is going to have books. Libraries are always going to have books. It's how they reach your community that is the important part. Because some libraries, believe it or not, especially the ones here in Florida, sometimes do not cater to their surroundings very well. I loved my childhood library. I enjoyed going there on the weekends. I loved leaving every single time with a whole new stack, like every 2 to 3 weeks. I had an amazing young adult recommender, which also happened to be my volunteer coordinator. She ran all of the teen section and all the children's section and the volunteers. She's a wonderful lady. I love her to death. And because of her, she actually convinced me when I started volunteering. She's like, I think you need to be a librarian. And I looked at her and I'm like, really? And she's like, you just have that feel about you. Your passion for this is so strong. I feel it. And I have never forgotten that. She was the one who motivated me. She was the one who told me you needed to do this. So it's been about 2 years, but 2 years ago I did end up working for a library for about a year and a few months. And she was so happy when I finally got the job. She about cried on the phone. I love her to death. The other person who had such an influence on me, because you have that transition period in middle school to high school when you don't know what to do with your life. That was my volunteer coordinator at my local library. I also had a high school teacher who actually now lives here, and she's also the one going to be officiating my wedding. She and I have been talking about books since I was in 9th grade, and we've continued talking about them. I actually give her recommendations now because I'm so caught up on all the books nowadays, and because I do the YouTube videos, she does actually loan books from me instead of the other way around. And it's awesome. It really, really is. At this point, I consider her one of my best friends, because she is. She really is. She opened up my world to all the young adult dystopian books, and that's where I took off. I really, really loved dystopian books. I loved the concept of how the world could be if something tragic, like really big, happened. So combining everything together, I have loved books my whole life. I really, really have. As far as how much I'm reading, I did read a lot of children's books in middle school. High school, I also read a lot of children's and a lot of the young adult. So I never got to branch out into the adult world until I actually got to the library 2 years ago, which is so much to make up, and it really is. It is such a struggle, and that's mainly the reason why I have been doing all the books that I have currently, because those are all the books that I missed when I should have read them when they came out. Like, I read all the Maximum Rides probably about 3 years ago instead of middle school when they came out. So I wasn't interested in them at the time. I wanted to read the Warrior series. I wanted to read Nancy Drew. I read a lot of big series that required a lot of dedication, a lot of work. And I did it. I finished almost all the Warrior series, except for all the new ones that came out, because Erin Hunter won't stop. So now I don't even have that series finished anymore, because she came out with so many new ones. You know how aggravating that is? I know some of you guys can relate to that. It's just like, I finally caught up, and you guys are still going to make more. That is mainly why that it's taken me so long to get around to all the new books. It's just because I've been trying to catch up so much on what I have versus what I should be reading. And I determined that I'm actually getting more behind because there's so many books coming out a year. And I realized that in the library. I realized there's so much that I missed. So much good books that I want to read. And it's insane. It's really, really insane. I do have a lot of favorite authors. I have figured out that in addition to all the young adult, because I do like my young adult. I really, really do. I haven't read Throne of Glass yet. I haven't read the Avatar series. I haven't read a couple of other big series. I haven't fully finished Moral Instruments, so that is also on my to-do list because I know she's still making more of those. If you guys really want me to read a certain series, I know the Avatar series, I know the Throne of Glass series is really big right now, so I am going to get to those. And if you guys have any other young adult series that you want me to read, please let me know in the comments, and then I will add those to my to-be-read list as well. So what I plan on doing from here on out is I plan on taking 1 to 2 books a month off of my shelf and putting them in the stack. And then I'm going to take some semi-older books, not drastically, like how some of my books are, 2012, 2011. It's going to be more about 2020, 22. And then I'm also going to take some of the new releases that have been going on lately, that have been really, really popular so far this year. Because there are a lot of authors that have books coming out that I do want to read, like the Inkart series off of my book haul video. If you guys haven't seen that, I would definitely look into that, because I do go through the book page and look at all the new books that are going to be coming out or that have already come out. And there's a lot of good ones in there. So if you guys are looking for new recommendations, I definitely look at that one. So I'm not really going to do a book review this week. Next week, I do plan on doing a different kind of video. More than likely, it's going to be my top 10 favorite YA series, so you guys can get a feel for some of the ones that I was reading when I was in high school and middle school. And when I keep talking about middle school and high school, I am 25, so it's been a couple of years, but still in that field where you still remember things from high school, and you still remember a lot of the details and a lot of your friends. I'm still in that period, kind of getting out of it, because the adult world makes you not happy like that anymore. So anyway, so moving forward with that is my plan of attack for the end of this month. For this month, my fall TBR, and I will be making a video about that as well, but I will not be doing that video until I get back from my vacation. And that's the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. This week is kind of like a heads up hiatus that I'm going on. I may or may not make a video next week because, you know, Saturday I'm getting married, and Sunday I'm going to be having everybody head back to their homes in different states, and I would like to spend my time with them, which means I'm not going to be prepared for Monday again. So I am going to probably take a little hiatus from this and get that situated, and then the following weekend we're actually going to be in the middle of a cruise. And I have also debated on giving you guys a little video about how that goes as well. If you guys want to see that, please let me know. I do intend on taking a lot of pictures, a lot of videos about where we're going to be, because I'm so excited. And more than likely, when we get back, will be our cruise update, if I have one. If I don't have enough videos or I don't have enough pictures to show you guys, then I'll just skip it all together and I'll kind of just post it on my Instagram. So if you guys want to look and see how the wedding and the cruise went, you guys can definitely look on my Instagram and it'll be up on there, because I do want to share that with you guys. I know it's going to be awesome, and I cannot wait. I really cannot wait for this. Someone popped in to say hi for you guys. This is Luna, for those of you who like animals. For those of you who like cats, this is our Luna. Well, my Luna, excuse me. Go ahead. She's been hanging around. Oh! She's been hanging around doing my videos with me. She loves hanging around me, especially in the mornings. That's our chill time. She's drenched, like from back here to up to her neck. She's drenched. What happened to you? Get your butt off of that. No one wants to see that. Everyone wants to see this. Okay? What are you doing? Anyway, so you guys can expect from me starting October, beginning of October, I do intend on doing an October book month instead of doing the books every week, because I do want to bring you guys different videos. I have so many YA recommendations, especially ones that are a little bit older that people may not have heard of or didn't get the popularity that they needed, and I have so many in my brain. I just need to share them with you guys. Absolutely. In addition to that, I did want to do a fall TBR video with you guys. Not necessarily a TBR jar. Like I said, I don't do the prompts. I just choose what I have been waiting to read. I never have a problem with choosing books, which I know is very, very hard for people, but it's not hard for me. I do get a kick out of doing the Eeny Miny Mo off of my shelf, just because I have so many that I do want to read. In here in particular, I mean, more than half of these I've read. I just have been getting around to the ones I haven't. Right now, I am reading a couple of things. I'll be sharing that with you guys in some YouTube reels instead of doing a full-on video about it, because I feel like that's going to be a little more time efficient, especially with everything that's been going on in my life lately. So we're going to get that situated. I do want to do a YA video. I do want to do a murder mystery recommend video, because I have read a lot of them. Riley Sager is very, very popular right now, and I do agree. The books are really, really good. I've only read one, but I do have more that I do want to read. Alice Feeney, Sharon LaPena, Lucy Foley is a hit or miss. I didn't really like The Paris Apartment, but I loved The Guest List. So, things like that. In addition, I know a lot of people do not do this, and I actually don't understand why, but nobody makes their favorite childhood books recommendations. And I have noticed that a lot of them are books nowadays. I wanted to bring you guys a little bit of the older books, in case you can't afford the new ones, or they're in the library and you're waiting for them, you can read the older ones. But I have so many middle school, high school, book recommendations that I would like to share with you guys as well, that are more than just, you know, the big series. It's like, I know a lot of people have heard about the Nancy Drew, the Hardy Boys, and the Warrior series, but I'm talking about the little series that people may not have gotten to. There are so many out there. Me and my sister went crazy. We went crazy. We read a lot in the library. So yeah, I felt a lot in on you guys. I do apologize that this is kind of not really a book-related video, but it kind of is, because I'm letting you guys know what I have planned for my channel, and I do have a lot of videos planned, and this new system that I'm going to be doing is going to line up a lot better, and I kind of understand now why people do the monthlies instead of doing the weeklies, because that's all you're able to do. You're not able to do other videos unless you want to take more time out of the week, and like I said, I work full-time. If you guys have a specific genre that you want me to go over, or have book recommendations for that I think you guys would like, also let me know in the comments. You guys can give me all the book recommendations you guys want. That's all I'm asking, because I am so new to this. I really am. I've been out of the loop for books for so long, because I took such a break between high school and working in the library. That's about 5 years worth of not reading, and it killed me. It really killed me, and it was one of the biggest regrets I ever did, was I stopped reading. I'm very happy that I got out of it, because now it's time to play catch up. So it's gonna take a lot of work, and if you guys can just bear with me and help me get through everything. It was wonderful to finally meet you guys and finally get to talk with you a little more about this. I know I kind of just went for it and started making videos. I wanted to see how well they did, and I did notice a lot of the book haul video got a lot more views than some of the other videos that I've been putting out. So I do know that those are the popular ones. If I had the money to do those, I absolutely would. I did intend on getting my book of the month back, so I will be doing that. I will continue going to the library and getting more books, even though I know I should. But it's definitely a lot cheaper to do it with the thrifting than it is to buy the books new. If you guys do want to help me out with that, I am going to be making an Amazon list. If you guys see a book that you would like me to have, let me know. I can prioritize that over the others. Or if you guys want to help me out in that department, it would be totally welcomed. Please do not feel like it is a necessity to help me buy my books. That is not what I'm asking. I'm asking if you either see something on there that you know that I would like that is not on there, you guys can message me and let me know that, you know, I need to add it on there, and I will. You guys can help me get some of my TBR lists that I do have on there. A lot of them are the new books that have been breaking the internet. As far as YouTube, like, I know Icebreaker is pretty big right now. A lot of Chloe Walsh's books have been hitting it. A lot of dark romance. I have recently, until like a few years ago, started getting into dark romance. I do enjoy it. I really do like it. I do have a few on my shelf that I do want to read. Anna Blakely is one of my favorites. I do have a lot of books by her. I do intend on reading the rest of her series. And there's just so many other authors that I need to get out there. But that one's kind of new to the field for me. So if you guys have good dark romance recommendations, please let me know, and I can get a hold of those as well. I know a lot of those are probably going to have to be audio, so I will get to those when I have the credits to do so. Other than that, helping me out with my Instagram, helping me out on my YouTube, this is kind of like a growing process for both of us. This is a newbie trying to do a Booktube, but at the same time, she's trying to catch up on everything that she missed. So we're playing catch up together. I would love to be on this journey with you guys. That's why I wanted to start this YouTube channel, because I do want to grow and progress more with my reading and try different recommendations, try new things. I do want to get a little more into nonfiction, because that's something I've never touched on very often, because I am very, very picky about what I read for nonfiction. I do like memoirs, I really do, biographies, especially when they're in story form. That is the only way that I can read them. So you guys can help me with my book recommendations. If you guys have any that I missed, please let me know. If you guys want me to do the tea of the week, also let me know. And you guys can follow me on my Instagram if you guys want to see the cruise and my wedding that's going to be happening very, very soon. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It would really, really help me out with this. I know the introductory video was a little late to the game, but But like I said, I wanted to test the waters a little bit, see how well they did before I changed up my method and made the introductory video. And that's where we're at right now. I know what I want to do 100% now, and we're going to stick with it. And I hope you guys can go on this journey with me. I would absolutely love to have you. Any book recommendations you guys got? Any series you guys think I need to read? Any books. It doesn't matter what the genre is. I am willing. I am open. Please give them all to me. If you guys made it far in this video, give me the purple heart emoji, because I'm always going to guarantee I love my character shirts. Mostly when I wear character shirts now, so you guys are always going to see me with a character shirt. Love your reads and drink your teas. I am going to go read some more, and I'm going to get started on my TBR. Bye!